Hi everyone and welcome to another video. I'm Laurent Lacker and today is going to be short, sweet, vlog style, no editing whatsoever because I am on holiday in Germany and I was half planning on having something pre-filmed for you to go up on my usual Tuesday or Friday. I've decided I'm gonna just stick to once a week from now on, but that video completely failed, so now we have this vloggy style. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the books that I've been reading for the past couple of weeks, because I haven't really finished a lot, but I have been reading a lot, if that makes sense. Anyway, we have spent a couple of days on the bike here in the Schwarzwald in Germany, bikepacking, so that is taking the least possible amount of stuff with you on your bike. So you've got a bag attached to your saddle, a bag in your frame, a bag in your steer, and then you're just spending basically your whole day on the bike. And the Netherlands is flat and Germany is not, so my legs are still hurting. Now we've arrived for a couple of days in Freiburg, and because the weather isn't great, there's going to be a lot of time spent indoors and therefore also reading. Now, reading wise, currently the main book that I'm reading is A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth, I believe. I'm buddy reading it with Paula from Droya Books, Jyotsna from Jyotsna Bookspace, and Ash from the Bookstagram page Books with Hearts, Pages with Hearts. I'll link, if I manage to link things, I'll link it down below. I'm really liking it. It's a very big Indian classic, but it reads super easily. It feels a little bit like a soap opera kind of thing, where there's just a lot of characters and the main point of everything is just all of the relationships between all of the characters, and someone needing to get married and another person also needing to get married and another person not liking their husband, etc, etc. But it's a really great read, so I've really been liking that, and I'm already looking forward to just spending weeks on end with all of these characters. Another book that I am reading already for a while now is Period Power by Maisie Hills. So that's a non-fiction about periods, about cycles of menstruators, and there's a lot of information in that, and I think it's very interesting that everybody that menstruates reads this, because there's so much that I at least don't know, and I've heard a lot of people also don't know, and it really makes me think about, wait, my cycle is a thing. It's not just something that I should ignore because it's not talked about a lot in our society. But there's a lot of information in there, and not all the information is relevant for everybody, because we all have different bodies. Yes, I know, it's a shock. But therefore I've been making my way very slowly through it, because I do want to kind of digest all of the information. So I think I've already been reading that one for 6 weeks, kind of off and on and off. Another book that has been taking me a very long time is The Corporate Tribe by Danielle Brown something. That's also non-fiction about using lessons from anthropology in the corporate world, and I find it so interesting, but I never pick it up because it feels like work somehow, even though I find it fascinating, and I just haven't found that sweet spot yet of, yes, now I want to read this, but I do want to finish it, because it feels, normally when I don't read a book, it means I don't like it and I should just DNF it. Should do that with that one as well. I've also been reading, well, listening to actually, Braiding Sweetgrass, and I don't actually know who the author is. I've heard a lot of people be super enthusiastic about it, and luckily Scribd also has it on audio. I find that non-fiction doesn't often work for me on audio because I like to underline stuff, so I'm still trying it with this one, because it's nature writing, because it's lessons about indigenous people from I think North America, maybe also South America, so it's their knowledge from nature. I think because of all the nature writing, it will be great on audio, but despite me being really happy that Scribd has it, Scribd also is not letting me listening to it. Somehow there's a bug in there and it keeps crashing. So I took a break from Braiding Sweetgrass and listened to The Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler. Completely different thing. But I just finished that one yesterday, and it felt good to finish something, because I'm reading all of these books at the same time. Because another book that I'm also reading currently is Shadow King by Maza Mengiste, or is it Mengiste Maza? No, Maza Mengiste. So this is a book that I'm reading for Invisible Cities for Ethiopia, and the premise is awesome. It's the history of women that joined the fight in the war for independence against the Italians. But the writing is so difficult. I keep drifting off. I'm not interested in any of the characters. There is no punctuation in dialogues. I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do with the book yet. I really want to finish it because I have put effort in it, and I want to read a book for Ethiopia, and I have an alternative, which is Cutting for Stone by Abram Verghese or something, which has been on my I want to read for a long time, but I want to finish this book, Shadow King. But so I'm thinking of maybe listening to it on audio, because then at least I won't have the problem of there being no punctuation marks or dialogues, because I hate it that you don't know someone has apparently started to talk. It's very irritating, but I'm halfway through, and yeah, it's gonna just have to be good to finish it. My Invisible Cities reading, the past couple of books have not been super great. The book that I read for Mozambique also was just a bit meh. The one that I read for Lebanon was a bit meh. And this month I still have to start my read for Panama. I had completely forgotten about that one. And I also have In Time of Love and Darkness by Amos Oz, which is another big one, but I'm hoping will be good. So there's another book that I took with me on holiday. I'm mainly reading A Suitable Boy because I have it as an ebook as well as a physical copy, but I thought, okay, I'm gonna take something light with me. I'm gonna take Bridget Jones' Diary by Helen Fielding. I just started reading it about half an hour ago. I arrived at page 20, and damn it. I really like the movie. The movie is something, it's great to watch when you're feeling a little bit blah, but this book, I'm just really not in the headspace. There's just so much complaining. Everything is about food and men, and it's just so unhealthy. And don't get me wrong, I think about food and not wanting to be the way I am regularly as well. And yes, a part of me also always makes New Year's resolutions, but this is just, you know, it's just not the person I want to be. I feel like guilty for feeling too good for this somehow, if that makes sense. I think there will definitely be a moment in time where I feel like reading this. It just really is not now. And actually, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know if there are mini beeps free libraries here in Germany. If I find one, I might drop it off, although I'm not gonna take this with me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna drop it off somewhere, because I'm never gonna pick this up. It's just gonna take space on my shelves. Anyway, I think those are all of the books that I have been reading for the past weeks. I don't think I'm gonna really finish anything soon, except for hopefully Shadow King sometime next week. I don't know, we'll see. I hope you're doing well. I hope the summer has been treating you okay. I hope the whole corona situation and the Delta variant and places opening up again despite numbers not being always that great is okay where you are. I'll see you in another video, probably less rambling than this one. Bye.